So in this part of the particular project, we'll be seeing hate detection speech analysis. So we'll be given with a statement or a speech. We have to identify whether it is communicating hate or violence or offensive. So basically we have three categories in the dataset, that is hate speech, offensive language, and one more is neither or neutral. So down we have to classify it, whether that particular belongs to hate speech, offensive language, or neither or none of them. So this is again divided into three parts. The first part in this video will be seeing data exploration and initial analysis. Second part will be seeing data cleaning and pre-processing. Third part, building and evaluating the neural network model. Alright, so the first one will be performing EDA, exploratory data analysis. So this dataset contains two columns. One is tweet, one is class. Class 0 is hate speech, 1 is offensive language, 2 is neither. Okay, so first we'll be loading the dataset, then checking for missing values. Then we'll be analyzing the class distribution. How much hate speech is there, how much offensive, how much neutral, etc. etc. And then we'll be analyzing the length of each particular category. Alright, so let's see the code. So first function we have task 1, load and inspect. That is basically we have to load a dataset and inspect it. So we'll try to load the dataset, that is by giving the file path. And if it is not found, then we throw a file not found error saying the dataset is not in that particular path, it is not found. Alright, now the second function. So second function says task 2 data. So the second function says task 2 check dataset health. So in this basically again the input is data frame, and now we have three categories: total tweets, missing tweets, total classes, missing classes. So total tweets is basically the length of the data set, the number of rows is total number of tweets, and now missing tweets, whichever is null is called missing tweets, and missing classes is whichever is null in the classes, it is called missing classes. So we divided this into three particular categories, and then we'll be printing all the three categories. So this was simple. Now the third function, that is task 3, analyze class distribution. Okay. So now we have to count total number of class distribution. That is basically we have to take value counts, individual counts of each class. That is basically 0 is this much, hate is this much, offensive is this much, and neutral is that much. Okay, so now one more is analyze tweet length. So in this particular function, basically we'll be adding one more column called word count. So in this, from the tweet, we'll apply this, and then we'll split that into small words, individual words. So now we'll take the overall mean of that particular word, so that we'll get an overall average, the total average of the speech. Now we have three again different categories: average hate, average offensive, average neither. So in this first one, we take average count mean, that is whichever has 0, the class is 0, we take mean of that. Now we take mean of whichever has 1, and then we take whichever has class 2, mean of that. So we have three categories, that is average hate, average offensive, and average neither. So now we have to display all these things. Now we have the main function. Here the file path is given, that is hatespeech.csv. And then we are loading one by one individual tasks. The first one is basically load and inspect, and then we have checking dataset health, that is, and then here one more thing what we do is basically we'll replace the underscore by space. So wherever we have underscore, replace it by space. And now we have class distribution, so we have that analyze class distribution function called. So then we see if the dataset is balanced, that is basically if number of yes and number of no are equal in the sense, so if it is less than 0.05% of the length, that is basically very minute, it should basically be try to be equal, so that it is called balanced. Now we display all the word counts individually, and now one more is this file not found error which we had thrown there, so that is basically given here. So now let me run this program. Okay, so now we'll check one by one. Data is loaded. Now we have given how it is divided. So this is the serial number, and class is given. 2 is nothing, 1 is basically offensive language, etc. etc. So now the task is basically checking dataset health. Total tweets is 24,783. Nothing is missing there, everything is full. Now we have distribution. So 1 is basically 19,190 are offensive languages, 4,163 are neutral, 1,430 are hate speech. So we have divided that categorically, and now it is asking if the dataset is balanced. It is no. It is not divided equally, the yes and no. And now this is the overall length analysis. So the average length of the speech is 14.12 words. Now average hate speech length is 13.91 words. Now average offensive words speech is 13.96 words. Now neutral is 14.92. So from this what we can identify is basically more the word count, more possibility of it becoming or falling in the neutral category, because you can see the difference. 14.92 words is quite big when compared to 13.96 and 13.91. So this is one of the output what we can, or the information which we can extract from the this particular program. Now let me submit the program. So all the test cases have passed. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys understood the solution. And if you want to try this on your own, then head to the CodeChef right now. If you want to try this on your own, head to the CodeChef platform right now and give this a try. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.